Charlie, quit eating the box. Charlie, quit eating the box.
Brother, brother, don't you know it don't matter where you go, bad news has a way to seek you out. You can change the pace, you can run and hide, but that don't change the folks outside. The world just has a bite, it's pretty stout. Righteousness won't fill your cup, your dues you don't just won't add up. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it. Show 'em just what you're made of, and all your dreams will stand right up. It's all right there, just ready for the taking.
Hey y'all, welcome to Stivers Homestead. So 3 of us are in the pool today.
Oh, I'm already in the pool.
So it is a scorcher here in Kentucky this weekend. Things still have to be done, but the kids wanted to swim and cool off. So Jen's gonna hang out with them. We're just gonna do some small stuff and then I'm gonna hop right into them. So y'all are with me today. Y'all have fun for a minute.
All right.
Right. Today. So we had 3 more chickens that were left and that weren't left. They had been in our grow room where we raise all of our small chicks. It's where our ducks are incubating, and it's also the grow room in the winter for the plants when it's too cold for the greenhouse. So they're finally at the size to go out with the rest of the chickens. And I wanted to talk about that just real quick. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna clip one of their wings, which I'll show you how to do that if you've never done it before. Super simple, doesn't hurt the chicken, and it just keeps them in the pen that we need them to be. Second, so if you've seen any of my our previous videos about chickens, one of our biggest rules are if you're moving chickens, baby chickens out and to their coop, and you're wanting them to go back into your coop easily at night, you lock them in that coop for at least 21 days. Now we normally do this in the spring, kind of winterish time, so it's not over hot, it's nice, and they just enjoy their time in there. It's better than being in a tote, so it's an upgrade anyways. But the 21-day rule that I believe in is basically once they're released, they'll always go back to that coop at night because they know it's home. So we have 25 other grown chickens in there, 5 other guineas that all sleep in a coop together. So I'm not locking everybody in, and I'm not gonna keep them out of the coop. So what we're doing is we're basically gonna let these baby chickens learn from our older chickens. So we're gonna clip their wings to keep them in the pen itself. And then the first couple nights, they might be figuring out the coop and knowing that that's home, but they'll learn to watch the other chickens, and they'll eventually start going in there on their own. Not gonna force them, they'll figure it out. So that's my 2 things to kind of give if you're bringing baby chicks into an already established coop and you're not putting them in another one that you can lock them up. But if you do have that luxury, do that. It makes it a little bit easier and you ain't got to worry about them ever leaving. So let's get on it. All right, these are our black laced Wyandottes. I'm pretty sure I got that name down now. Look how pretty they are. Aren't they beautiful? Got a nice pretty gray head. So I'm not gonna go in the coop and start clipping wings just because the goats wouldn't make that happen. So we're gonna do it right here. But it's very simple to do. You only want to clip 1 wing, and you can tell, let me try to get on the picture. Right here, it's kind of hard to draw on it, let me just do it this way. There you go, right there you can see where these feathers change the pattern, they're different. So these are the wings that we're gonna clip off, and what clipping one off does, it allows them to still get away from predators. However, it puts them off balance to where they can't get up real high, but they can still get a little air. They just kind of go more in a circle, but it still keeps their speed if they do need to get away. So we'll just go ahead and clip these off real quick. And so as you can see there, 1 wing clip, she's fine. And I'll quickly do the other 2 and then we'll go put them up in the house. Easy now, crazy. Okay, all the wings are clipped, so let's go introduce them to all the other chickens. So if you've never put in new baby chicks to an already herd of chickens, it's a little weird at first. Everybody's got to figure each other out. You might see some pecking order stuff happen, but they all get along after a while. It's just like a brother and sister thing. They got to figure things out on their or for themselves. So let's get in here and do that real quick. Y'all having fun?
Yeah.
We'll see how much we can get of this with these crazy goats. So something I'm gonna do is I actually am gonna release them in the coop so they can, hang on, where'd I go? Let me get you over here. There I am, I'm back. So I'm gonna release them in the coop. Let me get you set up here and we'll show you what we're doing. Okay, got you set up. Kind of hard to carry a box. Oh my God, Charlie is such a mean goat. He's not mean, he's just playing, but he's kind of mean. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of let them be in the coop here. And so I'll get them all out. And we'll just kind of see what they do, checking things out around here. All right, here they are. So they're just gonna check some stuff out. Oh, he went flying. But as you saw, they couldn't really get much air on that, which they're babies anyways. So here, I'm gonna get them down off here so they don't hurt themselves. There we go, there's one. And there's the third. So here they are, let's step out here. Let them get used to everything. What do you think, chicks? All right, well, they're strong and healthy, so they're gonna check all this stuff out for a little while. It'll probably take them a minute to come out of the coop, but they'll start seeing other chickens once I get out of here, and they will enjoy themselves. So let's go chat, and then we'll come back here and see if they've done any movement. Charlie, quit eating the box. Charlie, quit eating the box. Goats. I hear you too. Oh, they're officially weaned. They've got maybe one bottle left, but they really don't even want it anymore. We're just finishing off the back. What's up, guineas? Man, y'all done dirtied up that water, haven't you? You can't see, but the guineas are the first to check things out. So they're a little nervous about it first. Okay, that did not work. So I don't know if you all caught it on the film. I kind of dropped it and ran. But the guineas, we didn't think about them. So the guineas did their job, unfortunately, too well. So when we laid the chickens out, they went in there to kind of sniff them around, and I was watching, which is what you all saw on film. Well, one of the guineas started chasing one of the babies to try to get it out. So when they did, they got to the electrical fence, and on the bottom, the holes are much smaller than on the top. It's to keep the smaller predators out, like weasels and minks and all those different things. Well, these chickens are small enough to where they can still fit through those holes. And it is an electrical fence. However, if you're not familiar with those, the electric doesn't actually hit them on their fur, so like she wasn't getting shocked. It's for like their feet and their nose and stuff, and it's more for keeping predators out rather than keeping these in. Now for the goats, it is to keep them in. When they touch it with their nose, that's what get them. But if they were to like graze up on it with their fur, it isn't gonna shock them too much, and if it does, it's minimal. Anyways, she got out. So I quickly grabbed the other two, gave them to Jen. She put them in the box, and then I actually was able to find the third one, which is a shocker. Usually once you have a brand new chicken that you release outside, if it gets out, it's gone normally, and you ain't gonna get it, you ain't gonna find it, you ain't gonna catch it. But thankfully I was able to get back here, and she was still trying to get back in the fence, which was great to see. I fed Charlie, but he's done eating. He's back on me now. And I was able to find her. So what we're going to do instead is, we're not gonna do it today because their stress level's super high right now. So we have this old duck coop right there. That's gonna be their home. So we are gonna do the 21-day rule. We're gonna put them in there, we're gonna let them stay in there so they know that one is their home, and so we just have a second chicken coop, because the ducks, they've actually made that home. Make sure my water wasn't overflowing. So we're gonna put them in there. We're gonna do it tomorrow once they've calmed back down and relaxed. So we'll get them in there. That'll get them big enough to where they can handle themselves just like the other chickens with the guineas, and then we won't have a problem. But you live and learn. We ain't gonna cut that out to where you all don't see it, because that's some of the stuff that happens, and I want you all to know that, especially for some of our followers that are thinking about doing a homestead and trying to get some inspiration to do so. Not everything goes just perfect. you're gonna have some of these mistakes. Thankfully, we have a happy ending. We got all 3 chickens back in the box, they're back in the house, and we have a plan for long term. So it is what it is, folks. It kind of happens, unfortunately. But I do want to show you one more thing that we're gonna do, that we're kind of taking a whole series of predator control. Because since something got our duck, we want to try to keep these predators away because we know they're here. We always have known they're here. Sorry, had to shut the water off. About to overflow a pool. So we've always known they're here. If you think you don't have predators, you do. They just haven't checked your stuff out just yet. So we actually got some motion lights, and we're gonna be getting a trail cam and some other stuff that's gonna be around here so I can keep an eye on it. But motion lights are awesome to have around your animals. So a predator wants to stay hidden. They don't want to be known that they're around, and they don't want you or the animals to know that they're coming. Obviously, they're hunting. So we have some posts, like right there. That's the corner of our fence post. And I'm actually thinking to put one on a tree right here. They're solar powered and they're motion censored. So if a predator was to come by, that light's gonna come on, shine on them, they're like, oh my gosh. My plan is that'll help keep them back. So once those lights come on. So let's get those on at least today. And before I get in the pool, so we can say we at least did something successful, which it's successful. We got all 3 chickens back, right? All right, let's get on that before old Charlie over here wants to start bucking me again. It's always good when help comes, because now I get to hold the camera, talk to y'all while he does the work. So let me see one of them little lights. So we got 4 of these. It is your power, power. And so it's just solar up here, and it's got a little bitty small light down here. It's very small, it's not gonna blind nobody, but the whole point of this is to hopefully just scatter them away. Yep, that works, yeah, that works. Grind it till it makes it. So there's one. It's down kind of this alleyway here, which is kind of a wooded area back there, so we know things are coming up this way and all that good stuff. So the next one is going inside on the backside of the chicken coop. The reason it's going inside is because the backside of the chicken coop is very close to the fence, and it's kind of got a wooded area back there. Ow! Trying to scare him with the electric. That's my stepdad gear. So we're putting it back here. I'll show you. It's very close to the fence, so I think it would be a good spot because this covers, I want to say 30 feet. So if something moves within 30 feet of it. So here's the backside of the chicken coop. I don't know, kind of low. What do y'all think? No. Well, I mean, because it's going to shine down. That works, wherever you didn't want to put it. But see, the fence is right there, and here's wooded area. So if anything tries to come up from the backside, we'll shine them a little bright right there. It should. Did you bring the things to turn them on?
There's blocks right there.
Yeah, well, you gotta turn them on. So these things have a little bitty spot, and you can't see it. It's right beside that little white button. It's a power button. You stick like a little pin needle in there to kind of activate them.
You gotta do it because I can't see it.
Oh yeah, because you're blind and the bad, aren't you? Y'all should see him try to get his sockets for when we're working on the car. Can't see a lick. I have to go around and read them for him. Sucks getting old, doesn't it? Okay, and the last spot we're gonna put is right here on this post. This one's more for us, so we can see where we're walking. But they'll be really cool. I think they're awesome. And actually a subscriber sent these to us, so thank you very much for sending them. That's awesome and nice of you. It was one of those things that we were gonna get no matter what, so we really appreciate it. All right, they're up, so boom. They're super simple. It's one screw. Use this little bitty tool to turn them on. And what I read, they need about a full day's sun to get a full charge on them, but I suspect they'll get going as soon as they get a little light. We'll probably see it tonight. Okay, what a day. So I'm about to go get in the pool because it is just hot. And I'm sure it is where you are because we are full blast in summer right now. But like I mentioned at the beginning, there is a couple things that I wanted to talk about. Sorry if you hear dogs. I'm on the front porch and there's dogs everywhere. So if you watched our video yesterday, you saw that we used some Espen with an Ilm salt to kind of help out with our plants. So first I wanted to talk about the salt in general. The salt is ultimately a plant food. It's gonna help give you greener leaves, it's gonna help the growth, period. So That's kind of the purpose that we used it for. I actually did end up sprinkling some on the root base because we're having a soil problem, not a root or not a plant problem. So I wasn't confident that just spraying the leaves were going to do anything. So FYI, if you were doing that. We also did a couple things because there's a lot of comments telling us that this is not going to solve a calcium deficiency. I agree. And if you watch the video, I mentioned that we use Job's all-purpose plant food. It has 8% calcium in it. So we actually use that, and I'm happy to say I'll show you all on the garden tour. Because I'm letting it grow a little bit longer. We have zucchini ready to pick. We had done that about 2 or 3 days ago. But in general, something I wanted to kind of speak about, when you're gardening, you're gonna have to test and learn things. Things that I tell you all, unless you're like in 6B and you're like right in our area, the stuff that we use may not work for you all. And the stuff you all use may not work for us. A lot of it depends on your soil. Here, we're very hard clay. There's no sand. It's a very clay, rocky, just soil. It's not in that great of shape. So that's going to be different than some of the things that you all use. Yes, blossom end rot is usually due to the calcium deficiency, which is why we use the Job's all-purpose, and I also shoved a Tums straight down in there. The reason we wanted to try the Epsom salt was because so many of you all recommended it. And whether it fixes the blossom end rot or not, it does sound like it's plant food, and it ain't gonna hurt the plant. So one thing, the main thing that I want you all to understand from this is don't be scared to try something because it's not gonna kill your plants in such a small amount. So what I mean by that is we just tried this the one time with the Epsom salt, and I promise you anything that you're putting on in your soil organically is not going to kill your plants. And as long as it's in small amounts and you're not just bombarding something with it, you're not gonna, the only thing that you'll see is nothing or a benefit. And I promise you, you're not gonna do that. So don't be scared to try different things that people recommend. That's why we tried this. So thank you all for recommending that, and continue to recommend things. If it's something that we've never heard of, we're definitely gonna try it, at least in small batches, to see if we can see the slightest of benefits from it. So that's something I just want you all to, hear and believe, and don't be scared of things that you see or read on the internet or what other people tell you. You're not gonna kill your plants by trying something organically. Now, if you're gonna go throw some chemicals up on there, then yeah, that might be a little bit different. But like the fish minerals we use, the Epsom salt, the neem oil, anything that's true organic, do it at the right time. Don't use it a whole lot at the beginning, and then just test and learn and see if it's something that'll work in your garden. So just remember that when you're going to try anything, or if you're feeling like, am I going to kill my plants if I try this? You're not. Just do it small. The other thing I want to talk to you about is just kind of something a little bit more personal, I guess. So we started YouTube and doing all of this because we absolutely love the community. We really started it just to have kind of footage for our kids once they get older. We think it's going to be super cool to see how they lived, and hopefully YouTube stays around forever. And if it doesn't, I hope we can get the videos off. But just something that they can have. It's kind of like, childhood videos and such like that. So that's really cool. But the community is what really makes this worth it and makes it fun. We don't have a whole lot, which we're meeting a whole lot more local people, but we wouldn't have if it wasn't for YouTube. But locally, we don't have a whole lot of people that we connect with personally. They don't, truly understand what we do, but you all do. And that's why we do this. So when it comes to just if you're a creator or non-creator, don't look at someone's, channel or their garden or different stuff and feel jealousy. The jealousy part can run our lives and control us in such a negative way. I'm guilty of it too. I think if anyone says they've never been jealous in their life, they're lying. But it's something that we have got to remember. Nobody is doing anything to harm one another or to try to get an upper hand on one another or upper leg. If you feel a spot in your life that you have jealousy for someone or something on the lines of that, or what they have, what their garden has, what their animals are, their farm, you got to remember that that person worked for that as well. And that if you want it, go get it. You can do it too. And I want to make sure that you all truly hear that. If there's something in your life that you're not happy with, go get it. Do it. Only you can make it possible. And looking at someone else and, I don't even want to say the word hatred, because we don't hate anybody. There's no hatred that's out there. If you feel that sense of negativity or jealousy coming whenever you see something, take a step back, look at yourself, and then say, what can I do to my life to where I don't feel that anymore about that person or about that place or whatever it may be. I hope what I'm saying is coming off clear. I want you, you know, we try to live to where that is completely out of our lives. If we do see something that we like, we're just gonna work to get it. That's what we're gonna do so that we can be happy. We see things as ideas, as happiness and things that can better our lives. So just, you know, if you're feeling that negativity, shut off YouTube, do whatever you need to do to get back in your zone. Go sit in your garden, go sit with your animals, go have a cup of tea on your front porch, listen to the birds. Keep the positivity. That's what this channel is 100% about, is to uplift, inspire, give a couple laughs, and make sure to take out all the fear that might be in your all's body, any kind of negativity that you have, completely wipe it out, and that's what we'll always be. So we'll never have the negativity here. We won't allow it. It won't be part of anything. We love you all so much, and you all are the reason now that we do this. We didn't even know this was gonna turn into this. So thank you all so much for watching us, enjoying our family. We enjoy you all. We love every comment that's out there, every like, every view. We appreciate every single one of you all. So thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. It's kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy. We had guineas trying to chase chickens, chickens getting out, the miraculous catch of the black lace Wyandotte. I wish I had like a GoPro or something so I could have had it strapped on my head during that, because I was weed whacking with the T-post, because that's what I had by hand, and there she was, just poop, out of nowhere. Oh yeah, what a day. Stepdad, mom's here, kids are in the pool. I'm gonna go join them. We love you all, and until the next one, bye.